Hey, this is Joey Quinones of the Sinseers.
This is Francisco Paco Flores from the Sinseers.
Hi, this is Adriana Flores from the Sinseers.
We're at the historic Guadalupe Theater for a special episode of Dig and Essay, so dig it. That verb.
Yeah. Ooh, damn! I'm gonna do this on 45 for sure.
I believe it was 1968. I was just graduating out of high school. This particular song wasn't supposed to be a record. It was a demo for the Royal Jesters. I was filling in for the guitarist at a studio session on one of their albums. And Oscar said, well, we still have time left over. And they didn't know what to do, so they asked me if I had any songs. And I said, well, I'm working on this one. And Oscar asked me to listen to it. And so I played a little piece for him, and he just said, hey, let's record it so we don't forget it. And maybe we can do it on our next album. I said, okay. So we put the music together, and they said, can you sing? I go, no, I don't sing, guy. He said, well, can I at least sing it just so we'll have like a road map? I said, well, I'll give it a shot. So I gave it a shot, and we did it, and that was it. Forgot all about it until Ray calls me.
That was sick. I liked it. I think that's not what I was expecting that it started. It's like really warm, like the warmth in the recording I really like. The harmonies are cool, and I like that it just started off, the vocals started off really drenched, and I kind of dug that. Give it more like of a modern vibe. I liked it.
That recording, man, it sounds like everybody came to the studio with like ideas, and everybody put in their little recipe, and everybody had their little licks, and it just kept getting better. It was like, I got this, you got that, you know. And once the vocals came in, it was just dreamy, and that echo chamber, whatever studio, that it was just such beauty. I wasn't even really paying attention to the lyrics as much because I was just so infatuated by the sound. So it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah,
Epitones.
Well, that was what was in my head, the harmonies. All we did was, hey, David, try this one, and Joe sing that, and right away everybody just snapped to it. It was like natural. Back then, the way we did stuff is I could explain a song of what I was hearing, and they would pick it up just like that. No sheet music, no nothing.
I feel like you can hear the room. Whatever mics they were using or whatever way they produced that, when they produced it, you can just hear the room and you can hear everybody locked in. It was just like a big
Everybody
lock.
was feeling
yeah,
good.
everybody, and you could just hear like the guitarist. You could just feel it. And the guitarist was driving that whole song, so I was like, damn.
That bass line though?
Dude, when they caught up,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
tight.
take that. I'm gonna use that.
Remember the things we went through.
backups were really cool. I liked the melody a lot, and I feel like the longing in his voice is really something that drew me into the song. I liked it.
See, the Jesters are such an interesting group of musicians because they were so always ahead of their musicianship. I feel like, like the organ player is such heavy on the mix. You could tell he had a big influence, in the sessions and stuff like that. And you could tell the musicians around him respected him, to give him that much space and stuff. Yeah.
It's a really amazing track that really captures, I think, less so of the Jesters and more of Joe, especially his songwriting. It's not very common to see bass players, be the lead on a composition and actually play, and this is the case for this specific track. 1968, you got Joe Jama on bass, you got Levine, who is just phenomenal on organ, really brought that signature sound to what you hear in terms of the Jester sound. Bones on drums, David and probably Henry doing backing vocals and harmonies, and of course Robert on guitar. And so you really get to see Joe's highlights in terms of him as a songwriter and a singer. In the canon of the West Side Sound, he sticks out like a sore thumb in terms of how he sounded and just unique.
Coming to San Antonio too has just been such, everybody has so much respect for them, so
Is
it's
that a
something.
Farfisa that they're using?
That was a Hammond, sounded like a Hammond, or like a Yamaha maybe or
Something like just the attack, the bite on that is crazy.
That's his Theo's organ, bro. We play,
Yeah,
that's his
all the
Theo's organ.
cumbias.
He borrowed it.
Pull something, please. Pull something. Straight up. Yeah, well, the stab on that organ, but also the rhythm guitar. Because if you really pay attention to that track, there's not really a lot of leads happening, but the rhythm is doing a lot with the bass, and it just it makes up a lot of room, and that's kind of in my head. It is hard to play leads, but it's a lot harder to groove. It's really hard to find a groove when you just you see two things happening, like a bass and drum, so you have to plug that in, and with a lead it's another plug, So just to find that middle ground to be a rhythm guitarist, it's and he locked that down, right on the money. That's crazy, and it's always, I feel like, whether it be I know that Sonny is, Sonny and Selena, they're from Texas also. They have that style also where the rhythm is just really drivey, and it just has that
Carries
bite.
the song, yeah.
Yeah, it just carries a song, and I love that about a lot of the Texas sound.
This was a compilation that was produced 7 years ago now, and it was really inspired by a compilation that came out of California called East Side Story, and this was a tribute to that. The East Side Story originally had compilations that were filled with oldies, and it really appealed to, at the time, the lowrider crowd and the Chicano community. And we decided to do our own version of it at Numero Group. Rob and I were talking. They did one on Chicago, and we said, let's do one on San Antonio. So this specific compilation features nothing but artists from San Antonio, and we felt that the Royal Jesters' Girl I Can't Forget track would be perfect in this.
I think the biggest thing about our group in particular, we're a bunch of recording nerds too, so, we're always fascinated, maybe not necessarily by a genre, but by a session and a recording, man, we want to capture that kind of stuff, that vibe, that energy that they just put on the tape, that feeling. It's all about kind of capturing the energy that's going to translate the song and make it, most effective.